So I have point
Sorry.
9.1, second sentence. An offer at any other time during play is still valid. I think it literally leads to some other meaning.
Excuse me. 9.1.
9.1b1.
A B.
Yeah, second sentence. An offer at any other time. Any other time literally means something else. I hope so. Because suppose even before making a move, any other time means, does it mean even before making a move, can we offer a draw?
Yes, but the player can ask him, please make you move. I want to see you move.
That's what I'm telling you. Can we change that wording any other time?
That's what it's intended.
This is intention, just.
Yeah. If you offer a draw at the wrong time, there are other sanctions, but the draw offer still stands.
Now what I suggest is any other time later under similar situation. No, any other time means suppose because you have to offer the draw only after making the move and before pressing the
No,
draw.
okay, probably, I understand what you mean. We have to write something like an offer at any other time during play is still stands.
Okay.
Stands, but it disturbs the opponent. This is the point. Article 12.6 is disturbing the opponent.
No, we say any other time because the first sentence says we have to offer the draw after making the move and before pressing the clock. That is the first sentence.
No, the order is you make
That's the idea.
sorry,
Correct.
wait. You make a move, you offer a draw, you press the clock. This is sequence.
Yeah, that is sequence. When you say on offer at any other time, wait. Offer at any other time means it may be any other situation before making a move.
Yeah, that's correct. And this is what's supposed to deal with, because you don't want a situation where you offer at the wrong time, your opponent points out that it's the wrong time, and then the opponent can withdraw the offer.
For instance, you may not offer a draw when it's your opponent's move, but still the opponent can accept it because the offer stands, but it is disturbing. This is the whole point in 9.11.
It should be referenced to 12.5.
Sorry?
In the new text, it should be referenced to 12.5.
This is possible. Yeah. Okay.
Perhaps my Indian colleague means that not in any other time, but in any different order.
Yeah, we can say a different order. Maybe like that. Yeah, but any other time, I believe it's not that.
I want to raise something that's come up. In the United States Chess Federation, the average player now is 10 years old. So we have an awful lot of games we're playing against these 10-year-old kids. Now I've noticed that every single time an adult is playing against a 10-year-old kid, as soon as the 10-year-old kid gets a lost position, he immediately offers a draw. Now this is very annoying because you've finally been struggling through a long game, and finally you got to win, and the kid offers a draw. And there must be some and apparently been told by their coaches to always offer a draw as soon as you realize you're lost. But there should be some way to discourage kids from doing this because it's very bad sportsmanship.
Probably you have to do something with the coaches in this case. I go to 9.2. In fact, the proposal is the following. I make it. I say it brief. The situation is now: a player makes a move. A player calls the arbiter, says to the arbiter, "I like to make this move," and then we have 3 times the same position. The proposal is now that also you may make the move on the board and then call the arbiter and say we have 3 times the same position. I think this is briefly the proposal.
Without.
Pressing clock is another chapter, but I want only first of all to clarify this, because
Either one.
Christian?
then you and then here.
The proposal is very dangerous. If you do the move, the player, then the opponent is on the move, and he may quickly answer with another situation, and so you are not on the move, and you have no right to claim, and the arbiter coming and seeing a total different position. Okay. On the other way, if you don't write the move, you are not obliged to do anything if it is not a draw. So and I think writing down the move is to
avoid all kind of misunderstandings
Yes,
about the move.
and not to do the moves is to block the situation for the witness of the arbiter.
Yeah.
I agree, and I would add to that, at our last meeting, we changed the definition of a completed move to include a move being completed when you make your subsequent move. So especially in light of that, I think we can't do this.
Okay. Carol? No, here. Carol, then Andre, and then Igor.
I think this is much.
Wait.
Thank you. I'm strongly in favor of this alternative, partly because it says 9.2 already, if the move has just appeared and the player claiming the draw has the move. Now,
No, but
I know that's what it says though. So in other words, you can play the move on the board and your repetition has just appeared.
no, sorry, you're wrong. Has just appeared, and the player claiming
Yeah, yeah.
the draw has the move. It means that the opponent may completed a move which made the position for the third time.
I know, but player has the move. He's on move. It's his move. He may either write the move on the score sheet, and he doesn't have to claim to the arbiter. A lot of places there are no arbiters around.
No, he has
So
not-
claims
yes,
it, or he can play it on the board and say this is a third repetition. He hasn't stopped his clock. So although he made the move on the board and it has to be that move, in other words, if it's not, then he gets penalized, but that move has to stay. But he's still on the move. He hasn't completed his move.
No. He has not completed, but he's not.
Andre.
Mr. Chairman, I think it is very dangerous change. Alternative, I mean. I agree totally with Christian. It is just create many different situations. You cannot immediately reply for this, but I know that through the, let's say, last 20 or maybe more 30 years, we had the old previous rules and nobody attacked it. And why we changed the very known and accepted around the world the rule? Thank you.
Igor.
Andrzej is a very bad man. He told everything I wanted to say.
Okay, give the microphone to him. Okay, finish. No, give, please. From now on, if both, I see toe hand, I give you first the floor.
Then I will give her.
Okay, Merat.
Okay, the current ruling is okay. The only problem that I see in practice is that many players among the grandmaster, even I heard that the world champions, they don't know the consequence. You know, some of them doesn't write the move. Even in this Olympiad, one of the grandmaster called me and said that I want to claim a draw. She didn't write the move. She didn't stop the clock, and I didn't know how to. If I tell her, somebody say that it is the help to the chess player, but it is not. But it is not true. That I think we should give the option to the arbiter to describe to the player. Okay, you write the move and then stop the clock.
Miss Barnes, I think there. See well.
We should be able to.
Thank you. I completely agree with the proposed change for arbiters. I think it'll be a lot easier. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to tell a player, I'm sorry, you're not on the move anymore, after they've played the move on the board and said, aha, that's 3 times. They call me and say, it's a draw, and I'll say, I'm sorry, you've made the move on the board, it's ridiculous. It's the only time since we agreed that you must not write down a move before playing it, but this rule says you must write a move down before playing it. It makes a mockery of the other rule, and I think it's perfectly sensible and logical to have this change.
Takis?
May I assume that it comes also from the meeting in USA,
yes.
This change? Yes.
Igor, oh, you'd like to answer?
Please, I have to ask you. We try
to ask me,
everybody in the Commission. We try very hard for many years. All these years we have seminars to teach the arbiters how to handle such cases. It is one of the most difficult cases for the arbiters. Now we try to change it again. For sure we will cause problems. Please don't change it again. I am strongly against.
Okay, Igor?
One small remark, that for me as arbiter, the most important thing is a player stop the clock. After that, he writes the move and play it on the board, or play the board and write over the move. It's not important, even it's not the most important thing. He stop clock and raise the hand to summon the arbiter, and then it's
okay.
Clear.
But stopping the clock, it will be discussed later. 9.3. Mr. You? Ah, as I'm okay. I think I'd like to vote. Who is in favor for the alternative? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who is in favor to keep as this? Commission. Who is in favor for the alternative? Who likes to keep as this? Okay, thank you.
No, not the next part. The next part is something new, isn't it? No. It's the same.
Just no more. This is okay. Yeah?
At the beginning of the next part.
No, there was 2 9.2s.
You see? Okay. 9.2, the positions. I think there's only a little change in, first of all, it's labeled at the end. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's clearer, but for sure it is shorter. Okay, 9.3. This is, okay, then after 9.2, I think we have not discussed 9.3.
This is very clear to remove this.
Yeah? I think
it is the same stuff. Yeah.
Okay, 9.4. I think It is quite complicated as it is written now. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, sorry.
Which one?
9.4. But the meaning has not been changed. But I think 9.5 is more interesting. Let me explain you something. If a player claims withdrawal, it is written now under Article 9.2 and 9.3, he may stop the clock. You know, before it was always he shall or he must stop the clock. But what happened, many arbiters even like to discuss any possibility because a player has not stopped his clock. And therefore we changed it to he may stop the clock.
Or must, no?
No, we changed it to he may. To avoid that an arbiter denies even to discuss 3 times the same position. In fact, we gave 2 options. To stop the clock or not to stop the clock. And I think in the situation we have now that probably it is better the player should stop the clock. I think we have to change it again because it has some consequence I cannot oversee. Igor. Or Andre, you want to say something?
Just the floor for Mr.
Okay.
Thank you. This is my question to Chief Arbiter or Chairman of this Commission. If we keep it like may stop, does it mean you can continue to speak with arbiter without stopping the clock? There is another article that or game ended in another way. So we discussed 3-time repetition. He oversteps the time and means he lost. That's why it's interesting.
Better.
I think if we counted, okay, a player claim a draw and ask for to study this 3-time repetition, he forget or she forget to stop the clock, and arbiter during the time to want to.
It's just what Igor mentioned.
Yeah, but the question is that then player go out of the clock, yes, and then she will say that okay, why you take 5 minutes to study this 3-time repetitions? You should do it in 1 minute, and they had enough 1 minute. It's it's the responsibility of the arbiter to not kill the time of player. It is the time of arbiter to act. Then arbiter should stop the clock.
Is it better to write in this case, he or the arbiter shall stop the clock?
Yes.
Then we cover everything.
Yes. It sounds better.
Yeah?
But if the arbiter forgets...
Yeah, exactly. Then the arbiter can correct him. He or the arbiter shall stop the clock.
Okay. It's okay.
And then Mr. I think this may came from Mr. Logothetis from Greece. Yes, long time ago.
You know the case in Greece.
No, I don't know.
With Carlsen, with Magnus, we had this problem.
Oh, I don't know.
European Team Champions in 2007. Magnus claimed the draw without stopping the clock.
Yes.
And we didn't give him the draw. That's why.
But okay, the new one is okay.
Yes, if the arbiter forgets, if both of them forget to stop the clock.
Christian?
Just the clock is running.
Arbiter
be killed.
Yes.
Until 88, it was only the player was forbidden to stop the clock, and only the arbiter was allowed. And there in the 88 in Thessaloniki, Mikko Makula and we met as observers in the rules committee, and the rules committee were no many members, and we had a majority. And we convinced Mr. Kasic that in all cases, when the arbiter has at first to stop the clock, the player can do this. So it's from that. So we shall do the player or the arbiter. Observers.
Shall. Not shall. Shall, huh? Shall.
think this was...
Mr. Chairman, also this note can be removed.
Yes. Give them more notes. Okay. 9.6. You see, I was listening to you yesterday. The EME ends the game, provided that the move produced in the position was legal and in accordance with Article 4.2 to 4.6, inclusive. I'm a nice boy?
Yeah.
Thank you. It is 12 minutes before 7 o'clock. Is the good point to stop at this moment?
Yes, very good. Very good. Discuss because we have last bus to the open.
Yeah? Okay. Then we have one article still to discuss, 10.2 the next time. And it will be the day after tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah? You want to say something? Ah.
Going back to 612.
612.
Because you went too quick. You went too fast, please.
It seems
6.2b, 6.2.
okay. 6.12? Or 6.1? 6.12.
6.2 was it here.
And B.
6.12b.
6.2b.
A player may stop the chess clock only in order to seek the arbiter's assistance. For example,
6.12.b
is about to take place, not has taken place.
6.12b. A player may stop the chess clock only in order to seek the arbiter's assistance. Ranks when promotions taking place.
Maybe it's about to take place.
Change some plans, okay? Wording. Is taken, mistake.
This is cosmetic, but...
2 take.
Yeah, okay.
It's about 2 take place, not taken.
One other remark, when we go back to Article 6, I'm not so sure, 6.7, that it was a wise decision to, to write here, any player who arrives at the chessboard after the start of the session shall lose the game unless the arbiter decides otherwise. Somebody, I think Mera told me, you know, suppose that a player, opponent doesn't arrive, arbiter says, okay, game is lost. Then the player, he can go home if he likes. And can an arbiter take, in this case, another decision? It's very, you know, I have the feeling the practice at this moment is the following, and if I'm wrong, Takis, you have explained this to Olympiad. I had in mind to write a text like this. Any player who arrives at the chessboard after the start of the session shall lose the game, unless, if noted, the arbiter, taking some special circumstances into account, postpones the start of the game. Something like this.
Excellent idea.
Yeah.
You know, it is difficult at the moment to reply for this, you know, immediately.
Okay, may I ask you to think it over?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we return
good. Yeah.
They asked tomorrow to this point, and probably can discuss it with some other people. I can discuss it with some other
Up to
people.
tomorrow.
They asked tomorrow, yeah. From 9 until 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I think it's not so, okay. Ralph?
62B. 62, go forward please. Or back.
62B.
There is no, more. And it's here. Point what?
62B.
The move ends the game. C? No.
Articles
and
9.6. 9.6.
Okay.
Yeah.
62B. 5.CB, 5.2C, and 9.6.
I have to read buses leading. Are you
okay?
Thank you. Very important. If you run, it is 7 to 7. Can you receive for sure we will have